two.
It's
All right,
unmuted
everyone,
too.
welcome to
Yeah.
Saturday Afternoon Poetry. We have a very special day today. I mean, two fantastic things happening in the reading today. We've got the ZZYZX Writers, followed by the, for lack of a better term, Face Features Poets. A record 50 Face Features Poets. I'm just aghast. Yes, but I'll try not to make any sounds. So I bring you now the leader of the ZZYZX Writers, Kimberly Cobian.
Hi, everyone. We are Zooming live from a secret location, but we always bring our sign with us. So I'm Kimberly Cobian, kinkeeper of this illustrious group of creatives. Joining me today are Alexander, Roberto Blanco, and Alex Dent. Wave your pretty hands, boys. So thanks for having us. And we always like to start off a ZZYZX Writers feature with our group credo. We float in that midpoint between nothingness and inspiration. We are the ZZYZX Writers. We crush the homogeneous writing group paradigm. We are a family of creative misfits. We're a group for poets who want to be seen, not be part of a scene. We want our words and music to be heard, not to be part of a herd. Celebrity poets need not apply here. True poets apply their talents, grow with their craft. We are not bonded by blood. We are joined by ink, paint, notes. What is created reveals more than secrets. Find your voice. When you arrive, leave your ego at the door. Thanks a lot. So if you recognize the first few lines that we choral read for you, that is from our motto that we say in the beginning and the end of our ZZYZX Sundays podcast. Okay. I will go ahead and read a couple of poems. The first one, I called it Ode to the Green Salon. And if some of you have been around, as long as some of us have been collaborating with different local folks, local venues, having readings and open mics. Some of you might remember the Green Salon that was in Downey for many years. And it was actually one of our group's personal favorite venues. And recently, one of their great veterans passed. And I actually mentioned two other vets of the Green Salon. I call it the Green Salon pantheon of poets, because these were like the diehard ones that were there every month and always had fresh words for us. And you'll hear them mentioned in the poem, so you might recognize them. And also, it's a way to show my homage, my loving and undying respect for this venue, because it's no longer. The person who ran the series, Roy Anthony Shabla, still an awesome dear friend of ours, moved to Joshua Tree, and he had to close it, but we still keep in touch with him to this day. So here is Ode to the Green Salon. Verde que te quiero verde, verde jardín, verde luna, carne verde. Me voy al Salón Verde in Downey. I'm sick of the blues. I'm writing about my greens tonight. Month after month, Roy's Facebook marquee would read, Saturday nights, art, music, poetry, wine, nudity be a hole in the sky. You enter the zenith of worlds, the last of its kind. Downey and local kids discovering ska, poetry, and zeitgeist in one place, like the first taste of Dad's beer. Dave the Cowboy's home brew, chocolate, chipotle, jalapeno, cherry draft. Poets sling and living in their garages. A bassist plays chicken with a drummer. At the other end of the garden, the legendary Laureen Parks workshops a poem with the seasoned and fledgling writers, a postcard to remember her by. World-weary travelers and philosophers come to Clifton Snyder, who rounds up the poets, 100,000 in fact, for change. Snaps photos like moments waiting to arise. Frank, the SoCal Yankee Kearns, is publishing grandfather and godfather for his nietos poets. This guy is so nice. When he realizes he misprints your poem, he prints it twice. That's how much he loves the written word. I flit in with this caterpillar of pregnant with words of my ledger. Roy embraces me long, hands me a glass of wine. Words warbling with water. 400-pound metaphors flatten my worries. Thank you. This has become one of my recent favorites, and I just love reading it every chance I get because I think the message rings true. It's called Buried Books. I read people like banned books, unafraid to know their secrets and revelations printed on their faces. There's nothing you will say that will shock me, thrilling me to read more. If culture is only skin deep, then your skin must be made of glass. Some people say, wait, you're not dark enough to understand my struggle. As another human in this race, we are all competing for respect. I'm an aquarium. Tap the glass. I'm full of the bloods of our ancestors, like watercolors swashed in distant shores, buckled to memories as old as Pangea. When I open my mouth, empathy pours out. Language is my nectar, the antidote to the monochopsis of existence. Borders drawn there by hate. We all have a word for love, even the voiceless. Eternal truth unspoken. No need, because it is felt by all. You know, because your body gives it. To remind us, it took a pandemic, how connected we are. Standing a grave's depth apart, to admire each other like works of art. Thank you. I will read one more. One of my favorite authors of all time is Ray Bradbury, and I wrote this short poem for him and his legacy. To Ray Bradbury, the wall gently read, an ugly truth to make. Transcendent rose mask, the avenues relentless. Touch the sky, la lengua inside me. Cleopatra and Frankenstein remove the past in praise of mystery. Thanks very much. That's all for me. Who wants to go next?
I could go next.
Alessander
Yeah.
will go next.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, I guess I'll figure it out. This is my first Zoom ever. This is my first Zoom ever, so you guys are de-virginizing me. So it's like an electronic gangbang here. But I don't know. I remember when Don used to run the poetry out of the. Remember, Don? I don't know if you remember the Hamburger Hamlet. I think off of Fairview in Pasadena. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
remember that place used to exist. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many of us are still around from that, but this is different than that. So, okay, so I have like three poems that are pretty short. I didn't wear glasses back then, so that's different. I'm a huge sci-fi fan, speaking of Bradbury, and one of my favorite movies, of course, of all time is Blade Runner. So this is kind of the I think it's from Blade Runner 2049. So the title is called Cells Interlinked. No one is truly alone anymore. Continuous internet waves bathe us in their muted glow of human residue. Electronic voices, messages, and smiles in everyone's purse to masturbate to. No longer even need hard drives or files. It's in the cloud like birds and thunder, ready to strike at a tap of drunken, desperate fingertips, or sheer ennui to fill the gaps between commercials and door knocks, between binging and restroom breaks, a ding, a buzz, a casual glance, a frantic stalking from fresh heartache. No one is truly alone anymore, at least not like before, when one could wait all night without a telephone ringing, or weeks for letter to arrive. As ghosts flicker on the tally, and on the table, canned chili, while phonographs crackle off walls. No hearts, or pokes, likes, or emoticons, sexing, or even robocalls. Nothing. Just us and the human condition, tracing every bruise, stitch, or scar, uninterrupted in pure being, a fading battery car. Uh, so this is I don't title a lot of my poems for some reason. I don't know. They sort of act like as a frame for artists. So I guess all the ones I don't have a title for, I just put in their acts. So this one's called Acts tentatively. Why do you crave to be understood? Wouldn't that simply prove you're not unique, special, avant-garde? That any drone can thrust its pin into your standardized outlet, like some Borg plugging into the collective. No, revel in your eternal mystery, in your thrashing tempest, your labyrinthine caves leading down El Dorado, Shangri-La, Azatlan, Atlantis. Trek into yourself. Let the journey confuse, terrify, and awe. Carve X into your heart and whisper to marauding pirates, here is your treasure, if you dare. Okay, so I always kind of struggle what is a poem, what isn't a poem, blah blah blah. I remember my old school professor used to say, if you could put it in prose and then it sounds like a short story, it's not a poem. Like, okay. He was one of those meter guys, so this is very short. And since we're around Thanksgiving, figure it's apropos. Called Happiness. Love a good person. Find a job that doesn't make you dread waking up. Read, walk, dance, attend museums and concerts. Meditate, pray, or deeply reflect. Let go of the past. Dream, laugh, forgive.
Thank you.
That's all for me.
That last poem is really relevant to the upcoming submission for the end of the year.
Yes.
Rewind, forgive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. There we go. I'll keep that in mind.
Hint, hint, cuz.
Keep it in
You could do it like you can do a part 2 to it and then like contribute both of them.
mind.
Like as one long poem or
One
something.
long one?
Yeah.
I'll check into it, yeah.
Who wants to go next?
Me.
All right, Roberto.
Hello, my name is Roberto Blanco, and this poem I wrote it maybe like 3 years ago, and the title is La vida es essere. It's in Latin. It means whatever pleases me, I'll do. Stretched out, vulnerable, like when wanting to believe. A prisoner of destiny, unknown. Choosing pieces in a chessboard with souls, wrapped in this real graffiti called life. I'm a lone wolf confronted by the same old familiar border I won't cross over. In spite of my nearsightedness, I can still see you. You, cruel, cold, and unforgiving God, ever promising libido es essere. But I'm not easily enticed by your quick snares. Eventually, you succumb to switch and bait. Scratched out twice, unmasked this tinted heart. Pinch my love and yell your core. Roaming around, walking down undefeated. With a single punch, I am on the floor. But wage war with your swords of clay. Under my enormous sky is where I'll hide. With you is where I have my scars. And this second poem, it was featured in 3 podcasts ago, I think two podcasts ago, Meeting Milestones.
Meeting milestones.
Yes. Yes. And the title is Highlights of My Journey. Reaching milestones, I weave the silence into echoes, meddling with the mysteries of the words as if language itself were a spiderweb. Its cold walls tremble, its doors waiting to be shut. Holding on the torch, I inherit fire from the forgotten, and the elder don't want to change. It's too stressful, clinging to the scrolls of yesterday, as if it could soften the hunger of tomorrow. In the land of pilgrims and no names, the revolution is mine. My footsteps have paved these roads to remember, yet even my imperfections glide like constellations scattered across uncensored skies. Sipping on the crimson moon, my unfinished whispers shakes the interior of myself. And everything is a game, said the wise man, quietly slipping another card into my trembling hands. When my last cigarette is running out, I am left with the aftertaste of the vanishing reminder that every flame is a miracle in the order of the spirit. So I stand here provoking destiny, singing, lighting up the skies. My resilience tells me that milestones no longer measure distance. They measure the becoming of who I am. Thank you.
You good? Am I up next?
Yes.
I'm up next.
Yes.
All right. All right. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
mine.
those are two really beautiful poems. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
really, the first one was brilliant in its imagery and its power. I think you just got to keep writing, man. You're really a good poet. I
You
don't
can't
even know
stop this
your
guy from
name.
writing.
I don't even know your name. I'm sorry, but you're really a
Roberto,
talented poet.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're really welcome.
That's Roberto Blanco, everybody.
Okay, okay.
All right, literally.
Okay.
All right, I'll go next. All right, I'm gonna do mine in order from least amount of original content to most amount of original content. So my first poem is a found poem. Each line is from a different poem that I found at at the Libros in Lincoln Heights.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Alex. Alex Dent.
Alex.
All right, so each line is from a different poem that I found at the Libros. You smile at the meat of abstract minds. No, sorry. You smile at the meat of absent minds. She is not what I expect. Dressed. She asks, and the root of the unsaid swells. His millifeathers beat the air. Do you feel the fight in our limbs? The shine is sweet and aches the eye. The lovers continue their oblivious occupation. It's good to have fruits in the house. Alrighty, and then we got. All right, so now this poem is I adapted Lawrence Ferlinghetti's poem "The World Is a Beautiful Place," and I sprinkled in lots of references to Los Angeles because I wanted to write something about Los Angeles, and this fit so well that I was like, okay, I'll just change a couple of lines to be about LA. So this one is called "LA is a Beautiful Place." LA is a beautiful place to be born into, if you don't mind happiness not always being so very much fun. If you don't mind a touch of hell now and then, just when everything is fine, because even in heaven, they don't sing all the time. LA is a beautiful place to be born into if you don't mind some people dying all the time, or maybe only starving some of the time, which isn't half so bad if it isn't you. Oh, LA is a beautiful place to be born into if you don't much mind a few dead minds in the higher places, or a chopper or two now and then in your upturned faces, or such other improprieties as our name brand society is prey to, with its men of distinction and its men of extinction, and its priests and other patrolmen, and its various segregations and congressional investigations, and other constipations that our fool flesh is heir to. Yes, LA is the best place of all for a lot of such things as making the fun scene, making the love scene, and making the sad scene, and singing La La Land songs of having inspirations and walking around looking at everything and smelling flowers, and goosing statues, and even thinking and kissing people and making babies and wearing pants and waving hats and dancing and going fishing in rivers or on picnics in the middle of the summer, and just generally living it up. Yes, but then, right in the middle of it, comes the smiling mortician. All right, and then my last poem is about a venue in Highland Park called Mr. T's Bowl. It was like a dive bar and a music venue with bands and things like that. I think they're reopened now, but I don't think they're probably not the same as they were back in 20 years ago. This is called Mr. T's. Drunken robots with checkered shoes, on the run from the cops or from the avenues, duck into Mr. T's to get the heat off, pushing through the thick air, you can't help but cough. A stiff drink and a killer band should relax your nerves and steady your hand, drown out the challenges you faced until the slightest inkling of sobriety is erased. Out of the corner of your eye, the only one you've got, a wink and a smile gets you bothered and hot, shoves you into the bathroom and throws off your coat. She gets your autograph on the back of her throat. Then out to the dance floor, enticed by the sound, people screaming and jumping around, steady beat and loud guitars, lights flashing in the smoky bar. You live here now, it feels like home, as you settle in and let your gaze roam. Family, friends, and lovers surround you, so comforting, almost too good to be true. And just as it all takes shape and form, it fades slowly away, though the memories are warm. They now only live in your heart and mind, for you to write about and again to find.
Nice.
And that was it.
All right,
Yeah,
feel
shoot
free
back.
to unmute yourselves and say some wonderful words for these wonderful poets, the ZZYZX writers.
Always take my breath away, you guys.
Oh, thank you, Jackie.
I
loved that last one because it was like this really innocent rhyme, but it's not innocent at all that
I sprinkled in a lot of lyrics from bands that played at Mr. T's.
I wanted to say hello. I'm Robert Fleming. I want to thank you for making publication opportunities for artists and writers. I'm the artist who created the cover art for Dear Los Angeles, and I also submitted to A Day in the Life of the Poet, and you said my work was like stand-up comedy. And I appreciate you making those opportunities for writers and artists to have their work seen.
Thank you, Robert. And thank you for contributing to our ZZYZX Sundays podcast now and again.
Yeah, thank you. I always wanted to make it over there, but I somehow never did. But I always saw the events, like, I don't know always, but the past few months I've been seeing them advertised, and like I kind of always wanted to come out there. But yeah, maybe I will when you when's the next one?
Next podcast or next event?
Oh, or workshop or podcast. Yeah, whichever.
Oh, workshop. Oh, I'm glad you asked. We're going to take a break from the ZZYZX word arounds. That's the workshops. We do those usually the first Sunday of every month. We pick a local venue. Like the last 6 months, we've actually been hunkering down at the Libros in Lincoln Heights.
Okay.
For that. But we're going to take a holiday break. We're going to resume our workshops in January.
Okay. Yeah, and the podcast. The next podcast. You guys.
We are still accepting contributions of spoken word, poetry, and original music for our last prompt of 2025. It's called Be Kind, Rewind. That's the theme for this month and to finish 2025. Be kind, rewind. So I recognize a few poets that are on our Zoom call today who have already contributed or are planning to contribute to our final podcast episode of this year. Be kind, rewind. And all we ask is that it totals 7 minutes. So whether it's a story, a poem, or music, it doesn't go over 7 minutes. And it's an audio recording of yourself performing the piece.
And where do they submit?
Okay, I'll have to. Yeah.
You
And
can
the address
submit
to send it is?
to Alex. Would you mind typing our email on the Zoom call? He has the tech nearby. You can send it to ZZYZXWRITERZ@gmail.com. That's ZZYZX WRITERZ@gmail.com. And the deadline is November 30th. So you still have time to contribute your audio recordings for the final podcast of this year.
Yeah, no, thanks. Maybe I'll do that.
Thank you.
I've never did an audio, but maybe I'll try something new like that.
Yeah. We've had right, Chico. We've had many folks. They were a little mic shy at first, and they at first would send us a Google Doc, and we would just read it on the air for them. But over time, they have conquered their recording fears, and they actually started sending us actual audio recordings of them reading their poems, and it's really wonderful.
And I think it's really great too, like if you're like a mixed media artist, poet, so let's say you play the guitar or you have music,
Right.
you know. So you could, so it's different, you know, when you go up and you read, but you could actually turn in pieces of you performing with music infused in it. So it's different than just standing up at a lectern and reading your stuff, you know. So could kind of experiment with that more, you know. So that's I kind of like doing that, like putting some music behind some of my work that when I'm reading I can't really do, you know, like I can't play like Mozart in the background while I'm reading. So, but if I turn it in here, I can. So, that's just something to keep in mind if you want to experiment with that.
Thanks, Cuz.
Hey, Trish, before you
informative.
go, you're lined up to be the fourth reader. You can't stick around?
Ooh.
No,
Sorry?
Trish.
Oh.
I think
I
she's
think
already
she's
gone.
already
She
gone,
left a message
actually.
that she was leaving and she's the fourth reader.
Oh,
But
that
anyway,
awesome.
Oh, I see.
c'est la vie. Thank you, ZZYZX Writers.
Oh, thank you, Don. Thank you, Saturday Afternoon Poetry, for having us once more.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yeah, contributions still open for Be Kind Rewind. Thank you. We're going to hang out. We're going to listen to y'all share your beautiful poetry right now.
Right, let's
Don, I
change
just have a quick
gears.
question.
Oh, quick question. Huh?
Yeah, so you no longer are doing the Saturday afternoon in Altadena Library. It's just all through Zoom now.
We're doing the reading at the Lamanda Park Branch Library in Pasadena.
Oh, okay. So that's different than the Altadena one. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
We're once a month at the Lamanda Park Branch Library. That's on the corner of between Del Mar and Colorado on Altadena Drive.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Gonna share. Here we go. Here's that familiar face. The one in my backyard. We turn to our first poet is Michelle Smith. Let me increase the size here to make it more readable. Whoa, a little too far. There we go. You're ready, Michelle. You gotta unmute. Yeah, you're muted.
Hi, good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate all this. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger for me.
A little bit larger. You got it.
Yes, please. That's,
How's that?
thank you. I did an acrostic poem for the theme, and it is called Faces, Face Features. Frown, anger, contempt, expression, freckled enough, and tough, ugly, rough expression. Showing facades can tell the truth or not, meaning a outward false appearance or behavior intended to give you a wrong impression of true feelings or situations. Here's some songs that mention the word faces, and I'm sure everybody knows the lyrics of them from the 60s, from the 70s, like Smokey Robinson's The Miracles, Tears of a Clown. I put that smile on your face, all that they're trying to fool the public. Or one of my favorites by the OJs, Backstabbers. They're smiling in your face all the time. I could take your place. The backstabbers, backstabbers. And then Undisputed Truth, smiling faces sometimes. Hey, they don't tell the truth. And then Earth, Wind, and Fire, on the album Spirit, 1976. Can you get some time? That's on your face. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. These 1970s songs tell it all, and if you had it going on. But however, one song about faces is by The Weeknd, 2019, that was written in 2015 rather, on YouTube has more than 1 billion views. And it goes like this. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I like it, yo. Just look and listen to a countenance or a facade, especially yours in the mirror. 4. Everything old is new again. A picture can speak 1,000 words. Face, features, facial features are something else, aren't they? Facial features, 7 expressions truthfully tell. Happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, contempt, disgust. How do you feel about the topic by the Saturday Afternoon Poets that you are amongst? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Great song choices there too.
Thank you, John.
Dana Leslie Hodges is in the house.
Okay. Hi. Okay, my poem is called My Body is Metaphor. My body is metaphor. My form curls, wraps its arms around bended knees. When my heart folds in on itself, the weight of sadness too heavy to lift my head. My head aches when pressure pounds. Stress stores itself in molecules and membranes. When this tangle becomes knotted, pulse throbs. I cover my face when shame tells me to mask up. Insecurity heckles me and I hide within my body, though my body reveals truth, because my body cannot lie. My body is weight and flight. Depression holds my feet like cement until my arms become wings and lift me skyward. Flight is freedom, and anchored feet are isolation. My body should never feel shackled to trauma and fear. But my nervous system remembers. Sorry, I lost myself. But my nervous system remembers, and memories fill my pores. The good ones sing in laughter. The bad ones hold me in staccato crash. When nervous, my body trembles from interior agitation. My body reveals my fear. I feel everything. My body responds with physical voice, movements, and stillness. Absorbed memories like small treasures expose themselves. Some are soft and pliable and pleasant. Others are rusted and dark and pointed. My skin feels whispers like angel kisses. A slight tender breeze can give me goosebumps, and loud attacks freeze my voice. Body in standstill or free fall, flesh speaks in scars and suppleness. Vulnerability makes me feel safe and afraid. And when safe, I stand open, palms up and eyes present. When afraid, I fidget and look down, slump in my stature. Yet in my vulnerability, I find courage. And my body feels humble and hopeful when I speak courageously. My body gives me vision to see beauty, to understand deeply and experience my world. My eyes invite you in, ask you to come closer and listen. And they invite you to unfurl as I listen to you. My body is expression and voice. Touch is language akin to reading Braille, and my body speaks in affection, an embrace, a touch, a soft connection expressed in caress. In stillness and movement, my body breathes. In stillness, I am interior. In movement, I am free, in touch with my core, my heart, my limbs. My body is metaphor and honest dialogue. There is no false facade, only reality and humility and love and grace and longing.
Beautiful poem. Thank you.
Thank you.
I turn now to R.A.
Howdy from Canada. I think I'm going to read the second one.
You got it.
Face off. We are not supposed to look like ourselves. Whatever we were born with was not this year's fashion. Must be smoother, puffier, thinner, rounder, tighter, lighter, sculpted, unnatural, expensive looking. Mothers bring their daughters for some work before puberty leaves a mark or identity settles in. Imagine never being able to remember what your actual original face looked or felt like. How do you know if the one in the mirror is you or a mirage? What is it masking, this anonymous veil, hiding a you that no longer is?
Thank you, R.A. Always very thought-provoking poetry. Always. Our fourth reader was going to be Trish, but she had to go. Sorry. Which brings us to Heather.
Hey,
There she is.
there I am. I'm taking my glasses off so I can easily read the print on the screen.
Which poem do you want to do,
Waiting.
Heather? Waiting? Okay.
I'll do that one, I guess. Or should I do as she became birds? I don't know. Waiting. I wanted to build a home with you. Somewhere in the marshy grass of the beach, there's a woman still waiting, wedding dress like seaweed. Green was her favorite color. Her hair was strings by the end. Arms frozen, back bowed forward from the wind, her mouth contorted. She must have been screaming something when she looked back.
Phenomenal poetry as always, Heather. And I just want to
I could
remind
read as she
everybody that
became.
Heather is featuring for Poetry Superhighway on Tuesday night. So
Oh,
don't miss her
Cobalt
featured
Poets.
reading. The Cobalt Poets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobalt Poets. Yeah. Yeah. It's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I also read As She Became Birds?
Well, okay, that's instead of two-poem thing that I don't want to be a trend. I want everybody to have a chance to read, so I don't have to say no.
Okay. That's
I'm
okay.
sorry, Heather.
No worries.
Okay, let's see who's next. We've got Dean right next door. Which poem would you like to read, Dean?
I'll read the second one.
You got it. I wonder what this is about.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Trump administration makes headlines with ICE raids, personal firings, face calling, boat bombing, and more things that seem un-American. Yet they show me that his supporters truly approve of such acts. I question what I was taught about America, from land of the free to home of the brave. Oh, beautiful. Why do they pollute spacious skies? Why is liberty a privilege for few? And pledge allegiance to a man, not amber waves of grain, but the good old boy in charge.
Yeah. Well put, Dean.
All right.
Well, we're going to go down to head. Well, sorry, Dean. Yes.
I wish I could stop writing those poems.
Yes, we all do. I mean, for ourselves as well. You'll see one of mine at the very end. Okay, like I was saying, I've got Hetty Habra. So I spin the wheel. There she is.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think I'll go with the first one.
First one, you got it.
Topography. Sometimes I think my face is a map. Each line a faint record of hidden scars, of what I've seen or felt. My skin retains traces of every fleeting breeze, of drifting snowflakes, remembers the warmth of noonday sun, the salty trickle of sorrow mixed with raindrops, and even the slightest shiver, the music of light melting down my cheeks. An imprint remains of the faces whose gaze lingered over my face, with fingers on the tip of their words, or outlined my features with fingers weighed down with words. I often see that other face beneath the one looking at me in the mirror, swelling with recollections, unraveling all my senses. Thank you.
Thank you, Hetty. I always say this, you're a wonderful reader. You do a great job. So thank you for being such a great reader.
Thank you.
And let's see, I think there's someone next door by the name of Loki.
Okay, now with RA or you, would you put the reading parts on the board here?
Understood.
Okay. Do you have it, Don, or shall I?
Well, RA, you're pretty good at this, so go ahead.
Okay, hang on a second. I just got to pull it out.
Okay, now, I got the black lines, and I think, let's see here. Kingfisher, I think. Okay, and RA, for your red is in your hair. You got the red.
Okay.
So who's got the blue?
You got the blue, and you also got the okay, you got the blue, okay, and then Jackie the magenta, and
that's it, right?
And Rose has red, and then who has black?
Hey,
Loki.
Dad, can you hear me? Hello?
Mark is here.
Hey.
I remember you invited me, Dad.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to read something?
Oh, you're the read Luke's poem. That'll be on
oh, but that's
soon, right?
It's gonna be later in the show, yeah.
But okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you want to read the blue, man, I'll let you read the blue if you want to.
Yeah, Dad, let me read the blue.
Okay,
we're gonna have
okay
dinner soon.
Okay, the Good Samaritan, and this is from my Works in Project excerpt from it here, entitled "Decolonize This Gospel." According to the evangelist Lucas, the days drew near for Jesus to be taken up, and so he set his space to go to Jerusalem. And he sent messengers ahead of him. On their way, they entered the village of the Samaritans to prepare for his arrival. But they did not receive him because his face was set toward Jerusalem.
Fuck the Samaritans.
Jacobo said,
Senor, do you want us to command fire to come down from heaven and consume these pendejos?
Juan asked. Maggie shook her head.
They don't call these hothead brothers the sons of thunder for nothing.
Juanito, what is written in the law?
Jesus asked.
How do you read it?
Juan answered.
Well, as my next favorite rabbi said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself.
Your rabbi is Moishida.
And who is my neighbor?
There was this man going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers, Jesus said. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own, his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you have. Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers?
Is this some kind of trick question?
Hakopo asked.
Okay, Dad, let me know when you need me.
Okay, okay, Kingfisher, can you have him read now, or?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just
okay. Well,
I'll be around. I have to eat anyway.
And check your son for color blindness.
I am colorblind.
Oh God, you proved it. Okay. We'll turn now to Jean Marie Spicuzza. There she is. Are you still
Here
with
I
us?
am. I am here.
Yes, she is.
Good
Oh,
afternoon,
glad you are.
everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Don, for organizing this reading. I was very inspired in the epilogue to, if for those of you who absolutely adored Dostoevsky, I also adored Dostoevsky, especially The Idiot, which is actually my favorite work of his. But this is from the Brothers Karamazov. The quote is, "Love in action is a harsh and dreadful thing compared to love in dreams." Indeed, it is. Remain. I have said goodbye 100 times, and only one hello brought me back. There is no one else who fills my heart. Your voice of clay shapes the muscle. So many nights alone without your hands. Your face appears in faint memory. I will return there, the place I found you. I never left because I had to remain. It is better to miss you than be without you. It is better to cry than forget I love you. Epilogue. Written 2 days before I discovered your infidelity, and 2 years later I still feel the same. Now bitterness is present, blended with confection. I don't know where to go to become whole. It's a sickness called love we rush to and run from. It will never be reasonable, only always dreadful. It cannot die.
Too true. Okay. Joseph, looks like you're next on. There you are.
All right, great.
Which poem?
Yeah. I'll read the first one.
Okay.
Imaginary Mother, Norwegian Cruise. On this cruise ship, it is easy to embrace the mournful pity forged by fever and aches. Everything seems imaginary, even the postcard of an apartment in 19th century Norway. Am I dreaming that in the card's room, each wall has 3 metal bars appearing to be a ladder leading nowhere. Between fever and chills, I cough, and my eyes act as if they don't want to allow this picture postcard into my memory. Today my back aches, my throat is sore. Do I have the mumps? Did I have them? Anyway, the morning seems as dark as a postcard with the iron rungs securing the inner wall to the outer. Everything is imaginary, even my mother's face. It is wrinkled with concern. She leans over me, and I feel the tenderness of her fingertips. My headache grows as reality disappears like shadows, while in the window the sun appears to be sinking into the North Sea. Thank you.
Well done, Joseph. Thank you so much. We've got, I think, about 10 readers left. So next up is Mary Meyer Shapiro, who always has more than one poem to choose from. Here she is.
Which one do you want me to read?
And of course, you always ask.
I forgot what I write.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go with the second poem. Appearances can be deceiving. Oh, yes.
Okay. Facial features differ with cultures. Eyes, nose, cheekbones, lips, foreheads, nationalities all look similar until moving from country to country. Oops. Cause variety in appearances. Just picture slanted eyes, Roman nose, high cheekbones, excessive forehead, large lips, jetted chin. This is the facial features of a well-traveled generation.
Well handled, Mary. You're getting better and better at scrolling. Thank you, thank you. And right next door, Radomir, your time is here. Which poem would you like to read, Radomir? Be sure to unmute. Got to unmute, sir. You're muted at this moment. Yes.
The next one.
You got it. The second one.
Yeah.
Hero. There we go.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Patricia's here, by the way, if you want to have
she's
her do
here.
a poem. She's here next to me.
Oh, man. I didn't know. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm supposed to feature your thing at this apparatus on the week between Christmas and New Year's. Just
That's right.
Let everybody know.
Our next featured reading on Zoom, which is a month from now, will feature the dynamic duo of Radomir Vashteklusa and his fiancée, Patricia Murphy. Stay tuned for that. But for now, get a taste.
So here we go with Hero. Silver spurs, bronze furs, copper canyon, aluminum alley, face of steel, feature heel, Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Green Lantern. We need you now, eager to bow. Do not ask how. Midnight. I can read this stuff.
Brow.
Brow. There we go.
Little typo there. We'll fix it later.
Pixel Papa, Major Mama, who are you? Tripping by the sea, falling near the tree, kryptonite all at once, without stunts. There
Crazy,
you have
man. Love it, Radomir. You're such a unique poet. That's what I love about you.
I appreciate it, Don. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Ellen Mabie's here.
Hi.
Wonderful to hear everybody, and thanks, Don, for all you do. So thank you. This is called Unwavering Bravery. Though it was stressful, they faced the predicament with utter courage. Thank you.
Oh, only one. Okay, thank you, Ellen. You're always such a thoughtful haikuist. Mark States
Thank you.
is right next door, yet thousands of miles apart. Here's Mark.
Amazing how that happens sometimes, huh?
Oh, I'll mute Radomir for. Okay.
All right, Don. So this is a medley, but it does look like two poems. And I hear you about not wanting to start a trend.
Yeah. How should we handle this guy? You want to make it flow? You want to make it flow? Make it flow.
Well, I guess I'll just do the first half of the medley.
Okay.
So there's no confusion and no starting a trend. Going round and round, never touching down, searching from face to face, looking for the one in whom I can place my trust, looking at the suspicious faces, door to door. I am no salesman, door to door, seeing not what I'm looking for, looking at all the skeptical faces, skipping from face to face, too much attitude to allow me to look long, moving from face to face, 'cause when you're not welcome, it is not the place to stay. Search the world, search the home, like a bee for the honeycomb. Only a bear has parked itself beside the tree and won't let it go. Won't let it go. Face to face, tree to tree, looking for the one to whom I run, looking for the one who will let me be me, looking at all the shifting faces.
That stands alone pretty good, Mark. Yeah.
Hmm?
The poem, that half stood alone very well, actually.
Yes, yes.
Maybe
It's just
because
the
I'm a
second
Cars
half that
fan.
doesn't stand alone without the first half.
Well, okay.
Well, you leave us wanting more.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess if they come to the poetry performance workshop next month, I guess I'll have
Oh,
to do the
that's
medley.
right. We should tell everybody. That's going to be what day? That's the third Sunday in December. Is that correct?
I believe that's the 21st
Yeah, it is.
or 20 something or other.
You may be right because I think it's my sister's birthday, so it's the 21st. So
Yeah. It is.
You knew that.
Okay. I knew
Now
that.
you know.
I wanted you to
Yeah,
say it.
I'm not going to forget that feature. Okay, it's a Sunday. This very same channel, Sunday, December 21st.
Yes.
Mark States will give a real heavy duty feature. You're going to really love it. He's a great performer.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Marietta, I thought I saw your name.
Hello. I will read the first one.
Okay, you got it. I was taken by this painting, yes.
The Rainbow Woman. The blue woman alive knows the meaning of things and the hue of his visions. Things to survive. absently slipping her side at the edge of the reality, ruins, cracked mountains, and rolling rocky ranges. When the divine penetrates her within, her womb grows to hide a new symphony of feelings. She tries to face death and sin, bluish face for a falling tear that becomes a magnifying glass, ear to hear the rhythm of the seconds as they pass. Orange, red beret pulse in the heart, violet air, winds whispering old songs in her summery green hair. This woman is questioning herself if love can disfigure, can play havoc with, can vitiate, or can torpedo her essence. She learned not to trust, but to think and to keep it for herself, because she knows that in the missing light, the words can become silvery dust for a fight, while shooting and jeering. On her lips, the silence waits to explode, has a flamed red shine. There is nothing to destroy. It's only a tomography of the spirit, her innocent jealousy and passion. Thank you.
You have many paints in your paintbrush. In other words, you have a great vocabulary. Fantastic poem. Okay, so I'm gonna slide down to Jackie.
Oh, the moment has
no speed
come.
reading now. No speed reading. We're almost there.
Okay.
You're a little ways down,
All righty.
but we'll get
Linda's
there.
not here, doesn't live in LA.
I'm getting dizzy.
Where's everybody?
Well, some are shy, some are not. Jackie.
Okay, so this poem is called The Metropolis. Cars whoosh by below my balcony like ocean waves. I can feel the smirks on the faces of the drivers, though I cannot see through their dark windows.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
The world is drowning me in its collective smugness, eyeing the little people who board the buses, walk to the stores, stand on our balconies. They are content with the shine of their plastic possessions, randomly running a hand through perfectly greased hair. As for me, I am unaware of the skin I have or the clothes on my back.
Okay, we caught that poem. I think the background was you, Jackie.
Yeah, the background was me. People are walking by. Sorry.
Yeah, but we got the poem. We got it. You're such a, clear reader. It wasn't a problem.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
So I'm going to mute.
Okay. Robert. You just tie him to get visual.
Thank you. Can we make the image a little smaller so the whole thing could appear on the screen?
Oh God, I think I can actually. Yeah,
Oh,
I've had this
thank
thing
you.
zoomed up so much. That's
There we
almost there.
go.
One more, huh?
Thank you, Dawn.
How's that?
Perfect. So this is called Salt Head, which has the facial features of a human. I started with a image which I scraped from the web just of salt, and I removed the background using Adobe Background Remover, and then I used Canva software, which is on the web, an edit called Liquify Wobble. Wobble typically makes your image round, and this image of a human face emerged. Since the image is all white, to give it more contrast, I added the black background. And sometimes the beauty or the magic of the Liquify filter, just like in this case, is that something new, which is wonderful, emerges from your image. And we can go down to the one, I think it's 2 down, which is the Santa Claus one. I'll just briefly say the Santa Claus one started with an image of we can go further down of Mount Everest. Typically the colors in Mount Everest are brown and green, of what you would expect of a mountain. And I applied one filter to add the color, and then again the liquefied filter, and I thought that the image of the face of Santa Claus emerged in the mountain. So this is called Santa in the Mountain. And again, this is the magic of the liquefy filter. Thank you.
Very psychedelic. I love it. All right, we're heading down to the final 5 readers. We got Chad.
Feel like we need game show music as we scroll down. Here we are. Thank you, Don. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. I love the work in this latest anthology. And thanks to Don for switching out my poem, because I realized I had previously published. I didn't want to do the other publication dirty. But I'm so glad I came upon this one, which I thought I'd actually lost in an earlier file. It's called Early Epilogue. I hide revenge in poems. No one will keep or read. My enemies gone away to abandon criticism. Live catonic by a lake. Egg left on face. Believed to not exist.
Oh, that was a shorter one. Yeah. Well, I'll have to dwell on that in my spare time.
Fair enough.
It went by too fast. All right, but that's why we have the website, right? The website will outlive us all.
There you go.
Thought. That's a thought, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Andy is just a next door after that door. Andy.
There we go.
All right. Thanks, Don. Yeah, and I really like the features and everyone's poems, and it's a good addition. This one, mine's called Passing Notes. Listening to our president speak feels like I'm doing something wrong. I shouldn't listen to rumors, but a lot of people are saying this. Who's saying this? And are you sure they're okay with you telling me? I feel like I'm in 3rd grade passing notes when you could see it on our face. You could do your best to hide the truth, but you knew it was evident. Susie had cooties. Thank you.
Way to go, Andy. You're very provocative poet too. I like that. Okay, Barry, you're right next door. Yeah.
Thank you, Don. And thanks for the connection to Southern California, because I'm up here in Ashland, Oregon, but I'm a 1969 graduate of Valley State, now known as Cal State University Northridge.
Barry, I'm going to let you in a little secret.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging your thought. And in 2026, Southern California is going to have a new name, and you can find that new name on the Saturday Afternoon Poetry website. This is the first time I've ever mentioned it. People like you, Barry, made the change possible. Thank you,
Oh,
Barry. Yeah, you'll see.
okay.
Check out the website. I think you'll like it.
Cool. All right. I also want to acknowledge the early reference to Hamburger Hamlet, where I used to hang out at the Hamburger Hamlet in Long Beach way back
Oh,
when. So, yeah.
yeah, they had
I'll
really
read
great
the
cake
first
there.
poem.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
The cake was to die for, yeah.
I don't remember the
They had
cake.
a
I do
chocolate
remember
cake,
the
man. It was
hamburgers.
like 10 stories high. Oh, well,
I've
that was
never been a
Pasadena.
chocolate cake person.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to the waiting room.
All right. The waiting room. What do we notice when entering an empty waiting room? Empty chairs lined in a straight-backed void, the faces of hope or despair having already left with diagnoses and prescriptions, entering hand in hand, about to lay a future on an examination table, never warm enough, remembering when parents informed us of their end of days with the solemnity of age and the humor of their years. The chairs seem emptier if emptiness could be less when entering an empty waiting room.
Barry, I love this poem. You have the ability to see what other people might not see, right? Some people just pass that room, don't give it a second thought. And you have given it a lot of thought. So thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Barry. This is one of my favorite poems in the whole thing. Really is. All right, it is time now for Luke's poem. There it is.
Oh, is this where I come in?
This is your solo.
Okay. Okay. Love Song of Cancer Boy. Right. Yes, this is my my brother's writings when he had cancer. Love Song of Cancer Boy. 2 days out of the hospital and kind of bitter. I could end up being that asshole. My cancer is more important than your petty triumphs and setbacks. I am Cancer Boy. Look upon my diaries in despair. I look up and chills are drenched in you have to scroll out, in blood. The jaws of gold illuminated a sunset fire. The sky mass of darkness clouds held up by those bloody pampers. But then how am I going to build up my Neapolitanic high rise to whatever blissy heaven is up there? The only face that matters to me now, the only face that sparks my wife's is my wife's. Romantic, sickeningly so. It sounds like a cheap line, but there you go. This means she is more important to me than ever before, and I am terrified of losing that face. The kindness, the sympathy, if I lose that, I am nothing. Please, my love, let me ask even more of you. That's it.
Well done. Thank you, Mark.
Okay. Goodbye. See you, Dad.
And now something not even 1/10 as horrific as what Luke went through 10 years ago. Our penultimate poet. Would have been the last poet, but I think we're going to try to squeeze in one more poet. That poet is, be afraid, everyone. Be afraid, be very afraid, because you know who it is. Moi.
Did Patricia have a poem?
Yes, she does. That's why I'm the penultimate poet.
Ah,
Were
okay.
you
Good,
paying
good, good.
attention? Okay. You bet she did, but unfortunately, I only learned about it after I went well past her on the scroll. So my attempt to bring her on will be an easy one because I just search her name and I won't lose everybody else. Okay, I promised. Oh, who did I promise that I would read my Trump poem? I don't remember. Too much has gone on. Okay.
You promised Trump.
Okay, let's do that then. It's the third poem for me. The second poem is a Musk poem. And here's the third one. It's called An Orange-Faced Man. You might recognize the format. So much depends upon an orange-faced man, glazed with presidential power, beside the white supremacist. Okay, now we go direct to Patricia.
I think he's going to you.
Here we go. Our last reader.
Hello?
Hey, Patricia.
Hi.
Which poem would you like to read? One or two?
Two.
Two it is.
Thank you. Hi, I named it Face Feature 2. It's the face of a famous actress in a feature film of a fast-paced independent movie. The screen queen is a beauty like no one else as she prances on stage. Like a black stallion, she's notorious for being a prima donna and changeable as the weather. Like a feather in the wind, she will bend but not break. And she is not fake. She states her claim with no one to blame, like a flame.
You know who that is.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. We're right on schedule, so that's wonderful. Just a couple of quick reminders. Today is the deadline for the poetic libretto. If you got a poetic libretto cooking, if you can get it in today, you can be part of next week's reading on Zoom next Saturday. We're going to celebrate. It is the third annual celebration of the poetic libretto. I want to thank Dean Okamura in particular, having just received your newest poetic libretto. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'll be putting it up. So thank you so much, Dean. And next, what is it? Next Saturday, the 29th is not only that reading, but it's also the deadline, I think, for which thing? Southern California Branches, is that what it's called? The last Southern California issue of the year, December. So I think the deadline is, I don't know, it might be December 7th. I think maybe it's a week more. December 6th. Thank you so much, Hetty. Too many things to remember. I'm trying to remember everybody else's stuff. Yeah, so Branches will be the last Southern California issue. It's going to change its name in 2026. You can see that on the Saturday Afternoon Poetry website. Don't forget, Kimberly says, keep in touch with the ZZYZX poem, the ZZYZX writers on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Thank you, Dana, for the thank you. And it is time now to wave goodbye. I think I'm going to do a screenshot. I'm going to try it. Everybody wave. Let's see what happens. Here goes. Yikes. Okay, did it. All right. Thank you, everybody.